Hello everybody, welcome back to various Oddities Showcase. Now, if you didn't know, I've been making YouTube videos since around about 2012, and I started off living entirely inside of a Nether fortress, which turned out to be a hell of a lot easier than one might expect for, well, hell, because it didn't really have much in the way of danger. Well, today we're changing that. Introducing the Nether Golem. Now, the Nether Golem is relatively sedate. They will hang around pretty much the same place. They rarely wander around, though they do wander around. They don't really look at anything, and they don't really pay much attention to anything. Their main concern is whenever something comes around that might cause some damage to a fortress, namely you. So, they have a couple variations. Here we see the most common one, including the jaw, which hinges and opens and all sorts. There we go, that's what it looks like a little bit under the hood. And I'm probably going to be adding some more display options, but for now, whether or not they have a jaw is your only one available. Though it is a very nice jaw. Look at that literally chiseled jaw. They don't really do terribly much, just whilst they're in an inactive state. But there is one thing that they hate in addition to players, and that's kind of their overworld equivalent. So here we have an iron golem. So there we see the main party trick for the Nether golem, which is they light up whenever they have a target to attack, and of course, they also breathe fire. Now, our iron golem here isn't really interested in moving around very much, but every single one of those projectiles fired, 6 in all, will be tracked towards the entity where it was when it was fired anyways, so they can lag behind you, and wherever they hit, they will cause a sort of pool of fire at the floor there. Now, it doesn't how do I explain this? These aren't quite just regular old damage clouds. As you can see, they are actually falling to the ground level near their center. They're not using potion effects the same way that the Ender Dragon does. These are actual damage status markers, and that means that they can in fact set you on fire, and it also means that you can actually resist them using fire resistance, which is surprisingly not something you can do against an Ender Dragon. So, yeah. And these guys are CR4, which means that they are roughly equivalent to the damage presented by 4 players of meaningful ability in full iron gear. And they can also hold items, so you can use them like a sword. Although that said, they don't really have much need of weaponry, it has to be said. If I just let this guy loose, then we can actually see him get to work a bit more meaningfully. He doesn't move when he's firing that, so you can kind of tell when it's coming. Happens every 7 seconds. And yeah, I kind of saw that one coming for the simple reason that iron golems are actually kind of ludicrously overpowered, believe it or not. So, yeah, this guy's probably going to take 2 of them. But they drop blaze rods relatively rarely, as well as Nether bricks. The item, not the actual, like, brick. But, excuse me. Hello. Okay, fine. Go deal with this guy for me. Yeah. Of course, being the weird AI that is, it doesn't really care about the actual aggro there. So yeah, they'll drop Nether brick items, not the blocks. They will also drop blaze rods occasionally, and they also have challenge rating for equivalent drops. So if I murder him, which will take a while, although they don't have nearly as much health as an iron golem. Hey, emeralds! And some gold coins. Ooh, nice. So yeah, these guys are intended to add a fair bit more beef to Nether fortresses. They are intended to very rarely spawn. They actually have a lower, like the lowest spawn weight in the entirety of a Nether fortress at simply 1. But they will spawn. Only in groups of 1. You can also, of course, add them to the general spawn settings if you wish. So if we look at, let's see, biome settings, we have Nether golems, so you can in fact add them to go wherever you like, but they will pretty much always spawn inside of Nether fortresses as long as their spawning settings are enabled at all. They will only spawn 1 at a time, and they will generally try to keep themselves to 1 per chunk, which is similar to how guests work. And they're not exactly pushovers with 35 health and 10 armor points. And, oh yeah, 15 attack damage. So whilst the Iron Golem there didn't quite fall over quickly, you might. So, enjoy, everybody.